Hello, Panther fans, and welcome to Panther Comms podcast with your host, Timmy V.O, Garage Edition, because it's not worth the studio. I'm just saying, I didn't even want to go upstairs. I'm going to come out here and just talk about this. So, obviously, we lost to the Falcons 38-20. And there's subtleties to what happened yesterday. I'm just going to do a compare-contrast with you folks. If you're a Panther fan, you're going to understand exactly what I'm about to say here. Do you guys remember? Because this is significant. Because progress relies upon a baseline, and the baseline relies upon evidence. Do you guys remember when we couldn't even score a field goal in the first quarter? You remember that wasn't too long ago. Remember that? Remember we could play defense, but yeah. Us scoring in the first quarter was null and void, damn near. Remember that? Remember when Tepper took away our best offensive weapons? Run game, pass game. Remember we didn't invest in the O-line like we just did this past offseason, and look what happened? Remember that? Yeah, I do too. This offense, and mind you, we were missing two starters on the O-line. This offense, or three starters. This offense, two. You see what I'm saying? Chuba. You see what I'm saying? Now, I want you guys just to soak that up first, okay? The statistics from this game is just like the Bengals game. It's the same shit. Excuse my language. It's the same thing, guys. Turnovers killed us, obviously. Even in the fourth quarter, turnovers killed us this game. Okay, we had a hard time stopping Atlanta, which is going to be an issue coming into this game. We all should have known that. When you're missing three starters in your front seven, especially when one of them is your primary signal caller, you guys saw the disruption in the secondary due to a lack of communication. When we get it together, folks, we're going to be a problem. And this is Dave Canales' first year. And that offense is completely different from what we've seen in the past. Gosh. This offense is clicking. There's your definite right there. Okay? You better hold on to that, because this defense is not going to get any better. Not this year. Individual players might get better. Will that have a ramification across the board when it comes to the defense? We'll see. But there's going to be some young players on that defense that are going to get better. You want to see progress right here. I think Canales is trying to balance winning games with coaching up young players. Because you guys remember him and he and Dan, Dan Morgan, they've known each other for a while, right? They communicate well. So bringing in people during this process at the beginning of the year is kind of playing itself out now. He has guys that can coach. That's something else you need to hold on to. Because again, this defense is not going to get any better, folks. Not this year. I mean, it just so happens JC is still playing. People forget he hasn't played a full season, folks. He has not played a full season from start to finish since he's gotten in the league. Remember that. We have a ways to go. This was going to be a learning process. And that goes for the defense too. Because the stress is different on the defense. When you have an offense that operates, right? The highs and lows are not quite as broad, I guess you could say. Your defense isn't out there for 8 to 10 plays for a drive, field goal, kickoff, return, 3 and out. That's not a lot of time to rest after going down the field and getting banged on for almost 10, 12 plays. The stress is a little different now. The defense can rest a little bit, right? The offense gives defense confidence and momentum when they go out there and they lay the law on people out there. That's important. Now, I like what I see in Dave. I like what I see in Dave, and I wish he would lean on Chuba more. I think we all do. But you can't be one-dimensional in a professional field of sports. You cannot be one-dimensional. You know, folks have to remember there's pros on the other side of that field too. There's pros up in that box. They're gonna do their job, which is why execution is extremely important. We're not doing that on defense, especially when it comes to communication. So the stress comes back on the offense, right? Yeah. Control the time, and we had the ball a little over a minute, I believe, less than Atlanta. Right? Again, it's just like the Bengals game, just like the other games we lost. We're not getting blown off the charts when it comes to stats, effort and execution. Effort and execution. That's where we're getting beat at, and we're not playing a lot of teams this year that have a first-year head coach. Right, a lot of these guys already had their system in place, right? So they're just perfecting their system. We're implementing a system and trying to perfect it on the way. It's completely different, folks. And if you're watching this video and listening, I appreciate y'all, man. Check me out on X, TikTok, of course, and Facebook. You can find me on Timmy V.O. I don't post on there much, but you know, I do stack on some content that you're not going to see on YouTube. So, can we rely on the run game, getting Leggett involved, getting Deontay? Can we rely on that? Absolutely. Take me to church.